What's good, YouTube? It's Nas, and we back with another video. Road to 900 subscribers, of course. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And I feel like when we talk as basketball fans, we overthink a lot. And when we look at Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's play, you would probably end up saying the Thunder are probably decent without him. Like, they win games without him. How can Shai Gilgeous be the MVP when obviously his team could win games without him? The MVP is the most valuable player. And when you look at Shai Gilgeous-Alexander this season, I feel like you can tell and you notice that the Thunder are a way better team with him. Like, I feel like with obviously the MVP candidates, Nikola Jokic, Cade Cunningham, etc., we know their impact, yes, but you can just literally see it. Whether you're looking at analytics while you're a ball watcher from your eyes, you know, when you look at Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, you see his impact, whether he obviously scores the ball in isolation, his gravity, when people double team him, he finds his open man. When he gets to the paint, obviously he draws free throws, in which I feel like the only criticism, or not even a criticism really, the only thing I felt like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander had to get better in is his playmaking and his three-point shot. He expanded them both this season. At one point this season, he was shooting 40%. Maybe I thought it would not be longevity or it won't be pushed, but honestly, he's kept it up, and the three-point has been consistent. And in his playmaking, like the last two seasons, he's each averaged 6.5 assists, which I feel like the seasons before 6, 5, 6. But when you look at the numbers and when you could just watch Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, you could just tell that he's even better than his MVP season last season. Maybe the points per game is down a little bit, but when you look at him as a player, you could notice that he is better than last season. And this season, speaking of that, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is averaging 32 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 6.5 assists, shooting 55% from the field and 38% from the three. Yes, 55% as a point guard. So you could just tell how efficient he is. He's 4 games away from passing Wilt all time for the most 20-point games consecutively. So when you look at that and you look at Mr. Consistent, I just don't know how you cannot give him MVP. And I feel like we try to add in all these names, Cade, Jokic, like, no, there's no conversations whether about it at all. And I feel like even me, like, I made a video talking about the other MVP candidates. It could get interesting. No, it cannot, because it would probably be a travesty if Shai Gilgeous-Alexander doesn't win MVP this season, and that's the truth. And when you look at that, when you look at his team, obviously Jalen Williams has been on and off the court this season with obviously injuries. Chet Holmgren's been a consistent presence, but obviously, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's gravity elevates Chet Holmgren to a different level, which I don't think Chet can do alone, because when Shai was out, Chet wasn't dominating. It was Cason Wallace. It was Jared McCain, Isaiah Joe. All the other guys were dominating. Chet Holmgren was just their defensive presence. So when you look at that and you look at the offensive genius of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, you can't just help notice. And probably this is me glazing him a lot, because I don't think ever on my channel that I really consistently talk about how great Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is. And I feel like we try to obviously diminish what he does on a nightly basis, in which we obviously say that Jokic is the best player in the world, in which I can't say that right now. I can't say that anymore. And I know Jokic is going through a tough stretch right now. The Nuggets are losing games. They're not healthy. Jokic has been inefficient. But at the same time, when you got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the #1 seed, and obviously his team just coming way better, even though they're already great. They're a good team without him, but them becoming even better is just something you just really don't see a lot. And if you don't believe me, there's a picture of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's on and off numbers on your screen right now. With Shai on the court, they have an offensive rating of 122.5, with their defensive rating of 106.6, and their net rating is a plus 15 for all my analytic guys out there that care about the analytics of basketball. With Shai off, they have a 113 offensive rating and a 107 defensive rating with a net rating of plus 5. So when you look at that, you see a 10 plus increase when Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is on the court. And I feel like sometimes when Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is not on the court, or even when he's healthy, like, the offense gets stagnant, in which I think trading for Jared McCain is huge. Obviously, he's going to see his minutes diminish with obviously the roles that everybody has on the Thunder. But at the same time, it's going to be really hard to take away his minutes if you're Mark Daigneault, what Jared McCain has been doing. Like, Jared McCain has the most points off of Oklahoma City bench since 2013. He has the most points off the bench since he's been traded. And obviously the last two games with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Jared McCain playing off Shai's gravity and going to get a bucket, which obviously they missing AJ Mitchell because he's been out for a couple weeks now, in which Jared McCain is no doubtably a better shooter than AJ Mitchell. And when Isaiah Joe and Jared McCain are on the court, they turn into gods. So when you look at that, you look at obviously contributing it to their MVP. And I feel like when we look at consistent players, like we look at the Shais, we look at the Jokic's, but when you look at obviously other players around the league, I really don't think anybody else should be in that conversation. Maybe Shai, Giannis, and Jokic. That's where I feel like should be the big three. That should be the conversation. Luka's on the way out. He's looking in, but he just can't get out because obviously the Lakers are just not really consistent. They're not doing it for me. I'm gonna keep it a buck. And honestly, his defensive talent, even though Jokic is the same way defensively, but Luka just doesn't have that personnel around him on Los Angeles. But that's a different story for a different day. Maybe a Luka video coming. I don't know. I'm still scared to make another video because that shit was really my least disliked video. But when you look at Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, I feel like the more we try to diminish, the more it just stands out how much of an elite player he is. And I feel like for too much longer, we're going to have to be having conversations, whether taking other peak seasons, comparing it to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's peak right now. And I feel like it's only getting better from here because if he ever becomes a 40% three-point shooter, he damn sure is close right now. Maybe if he gets hot towards the end of the year from the three-point line, he could end up a 40% shooter, which would scare the shit out of me because honestly, you can't guard him in the midi. You can't guard him when he gets to the rim because obviously foul baiter, he could get to the, or even make crafty layups. And if the three-point shot is going, you know the rest. And his playmaking becoming a better passer, which I didn't think he would be because I did consider Shai Gilgeous-Alexander as a combo guard, a really good two guard. But at the same time, if he expands his playmaking even more and he finds a way to make other people better playing off his gravity, I feel like it could get only scarier for the Oklahoma City Thunder, who are already the #1 seed and really the team to beat. And I think everybody knows that, whether we want to talk about the Detroit Pistons being the team to beat or not. I think we all know the NBA runs through Oklahoma City right now, but I don't know. Maybe it's just me sitting on the Shai Gilgeous-Alexander video for a while now. Maybe me being a little sleepy. I don't know. But let me know how you feel about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander down below. Subscribe. What's good, y'all? If y'all made it to the end of the video, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And there's a video right here. I'm pretty sure you're gonna like it if you like this one. And the channel icon's right there if you want to just check out the channel in general. And yeah, leave a like too, because it really helps the algorithm push me out. And yeah, I appreciate y'all for watching this video nonetheless.